Second. Prepare. Well, we're here. Steven Sanders.
Yes, sir.
Running for mayor. When is the date of the election day? Sorry.
The election day is May 2nd. Early voting starts on the 20th.
Or the 22nd.
Soon. Yeah, so it's right around the corner.
Yeah, I'll have this out very soon.
Yeah.
For you. So yeah, so we got a week. This will be out way before the 20th. So
yeah,
we'll let the people hear what you have to say, man. I guess my first question really is like, what made you want to run for mayor?
You know, when I came back from the military, I was working at my church in the youth department, and we were going out to feed the homeless. And so I was out at Moose Hood Park right off of Avenue Q with my church, and we kept showing up, and it was just us. And some people would, volunteer from the community, but not really any help from the city with that kind of work, And so I started to wonder, like, who helps these people from the city? Like, who in our city helps with this kind of stuff? And so I started digging around. Wasn't a whole lot of people at the time. And so, I had been praying about it, and the Lord told me to run, and so here I am. I really love this community, and the reason that I'm running is because I have this vision for change. This vision that will put us fiscally in a place of prosperity so that we can provide for our families and our small businesses, et cetera,
So you feel as though those things aren't happening, really?
Well, I wouldn't, right now, not the way it should be with inflation and all the different things, but we're steady raising the tax rate. And the tax rate is going up because we're not managing our budget the right way. And so currently right now, we're borrowing about $3.8 million from our reserve budget, which is supposed to be for emergencies. And then we also took out $106 million worth of new debt. So we obviously have to get in a place where we're being fiscally sane.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Right. And so where does that money come from? Your pocketbook.
Taxpayers pay this back?
Okay. That's right.
Okay, so we'll all feel the effects of it.
Right. And I just want us to be in a place where the city is able to pay for itself and carry its weight. And the only way to really do that is for me to bring in outside revenue so that the city doesn't have to raise your taxes. We have the necessary money that we need to be able to do the infrastructure projects and take care of our public safety and be able to do things for the community that we need. We need amenities. Right now, we don't even have a pool. We don't have, there's some things that we really need for our youth that we're not in a position to do right now.
Yeah, I saw that. I guess it was last election cycle. I asked what was some issues, and the pool thing was quite surprisingly an issue.
People talk about it all the time. Yeah. My conservative colleagues don't like it. They don't want to hear it, but my plan is a P3 plan, which is public-private partnership. So the load wouldn't be on the city. We would do a partnership with YWCA to help run it, and they would hire the lifeguards and the staff and they would get to make money off of the people attending in the lanes and stuff like that. And they would have the budget for it because they'll be running the operation. But we would have somebody. So a lot of people like to put their names on big companies like to put their names on the buildings. Just for example, the football field, Laurie Field, Plains Capital.
I just saw today you say that People's Bank Stadium in Friendship.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. They have to help substantially fix that stadium up to be able to put their name up there.
I got you.
So they'll have to help us build it, So we're not, the whole ticket's not going to be on us. But right now I understand how people feel, with everything. Until we get in a solid place, we got to hold off on those things right now and just get our budget together. We got the budget, our operating budget is about $953 million. We're projected to take in revenue wise. And we're we're projected to have about 943 million worth of bills. So we're really in a deficit.
Okay, so the budget, what does that entail? Like, what does the city pay for? I guess.
So your police and fire,
important,
right? Your streets, and all the city services like the health department and all these different things. It costs a lot of money.
Yeah, almost $1 billion.
Yeah. Well, we really do have a $1.17 billion budget, but all of these things come out of it. So our water, and there's a lot of different things. The water is a great debt. We need water. And so,
not like number one priority.
Right. Yeah. That's why I don't want AI data center.
I was going to ask you about that
AI data center
in a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Because unfortunately, that does seem like a good revenue stream. From what I've heard, I don't know. It's too complicated. I always ask about it though,
right?
Because of water.
Right.
I don't. So, and the city brings in revenue in a lot of different ways,
right?
Taxes,
property taxes,
and
just your your hotel occupancy tax, sales tax, all of these different taxes that they use, and so people get really irritated when you start talking about taxes. My taxes went up, but the appraisal district just sent out home appraisals on everybody's home, and the appraisals went up, and in most cases, I'm hearing 20% for most people. And while the city doesn't control the Lubbock appraisal district, we control the tax rate. And so what the city should be doing right now is making sure that we don't go above the no new revenue tax rate, so that you're not paying this hike in your appraisal tax, and then plus a hike in the regular tax rate. And so right now we're doing both. And so I want to make sure we don't go above the no new revenue rate, so that it at least kind of flattens it out, and you're not getting hit by that backdoor tax scheme is what I call it. And I hate it, but until I'm in and until I'm the one that's with the council making those decisions, we're just kind of where we are, which is why people have to vote. I don't have every answer, but I know the basics of what we need to get done, and that is to save money for the taxpayer.
That seems to be like taxes seem to be, in what I see, is like a big reason why people vote or who they vote for.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Especially, I guess, on a local level, because that impacts you the most.
Right.
It's crazy.
It hits your pocketbook, you know. And so right now the appraisal district, and the way taxes are working, it's kind of like people are basically using your home as an ATM,
Dang.
or for projects that they want to do, instead of working really hard and bringing in outside revenue. My plan is a $100 million plan. You might have seen it. I've been talking about it quite a bit. The first part of that plan, it's a 2-part plan. The first part of the plan is for festivals. So we'll have a music festival.
Nice.
We'll have a innovative tech festival, and then we'll have a food festival, because they love our food. They love our barbecue. If we bring 60,000, just one, if we bring 60,000 people into our city, and they spend $800 over the weekend, that's $48 million right there in one event. I'm projected to do 3. I said 48 million because I don't want to puff it up. I don't want people to be like, well, he's just trying to get me to vote for him. I'm being conservative with the numbers that I'm talking about, because I want people to realize that, even if we bring in 48 million over those for all 3, those are millions of dollars that we never had before.
Yeah.
And so we're in the red right now, $5 million as a city. So that'll easily take care of that. The good thing about the festivals is it doesn't go directly to the city. It hits the small business owners first. So they buy stuff from their shops, the restaurants, the hotels. It hits that first, and then it falls into 2 buckets for us. It's the sales tax and the hotel occupancy tax, which is millions of dollars.
Nice.
So we can really help the city breathe a little bit. in that regard. And then the second part of that is the 52 million, which is an inland port. A lot of people don't know what an inland port is. An inland port is so we can take advantage of the transportation market. The big trucks that come through our city on the I-27, we'll make sure that everybody in the South Plains comes to us to get all of their supplies, and the trucks will be able to dock there, come to us, everybody get what they need. We're the hub.
Yeah.
So we need to take advantage of that. That 52 million should be about 100, 150 million. Everywhere else I've seen it done, that's what they made, 100, 150 million. I said 52 million, again, a very conservative number, because I don't want people to think, this guy's just, who's this guy, So that's my plan. Overall, if we hit everything right and we operate and we get it done, we could possibly look at having an extra $300 million come to our city, which is
in 1 year?
Huge. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
And it'll take some time because we have to build the inland port. And then also too, we have to get those events going, So it takes some time, but we have to start somewhere.
I wanted to talk to you about the music festival, because I've seen a lot of people try it,
right,
in one way or another, and I don't see why that couldn't be successful here.
Right. Well, a lot of people try it, and they don't have a lot of resources.
That's the big issue.
That's been a big issue.
That seems like it'd be awesome, because I got a lot of friends who'd benefit from that.
Right, and then the arts. We have this amazing arts people here in our city.
People don't really know that. It's crazy.
Like amazing.
Yeah.
And our music scene is absolutely tenacious. We have some of the best musicians, but the big thing here is that Buddy Holly, this is where Buddy Holly was, and people know that. And so we need to take advantage of the things we're already good at. Like, this is not me reinventing the wheel. This is something we're just taking advantage of stuff we already know we can do. And that's just being smart, and that will bring revenue for not only the small business owners, but for the city, so that we can pave your roads. We can pay for the fire department and the police department, and we can get the necessary infrastructure for South Lubbock. We can do things infrastructure-wise in East Lubbock, get the land ready so that people will actually want to go and develop in that part of town. Yeah. There's so many things, get things ready for North Lubbock, to get the infrastructure ready so that people want to go invest in that part of town. That's really the problem. So we want to get the city shovel ready. And when I say shovel ready, that means that all of the infrastructure is in place. Roads follow water. People go where roads are. Yep. And so that's how we get economic development to our city, in each part of the city, all four corners.
Sounds like a great idea.
Well, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is a lot. Just, you got to bring investment in.
Right. We got to get corporations to come here and hunker down here and say, we're going to make our headquarters here in Lubbock, because we need to grow our tax base. We're not making our bills right now. That's why we're borrowing all this money and we're taking out all this new debt, because we're trying to cover the day-to-day operations and the things that we need to be doing. And so instead of making excuses, I'm just like, here's my plan. This is more money than anybody's talking about, because nobody's talking about a plan.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
So, has anybody really opposed that? Why doesn't even the city now do this?
Right. I hope they listen.
Yeah.
Whether I win or not, I'm not going anywhere, because to me, this is a calling. I want to be in Lubbock. I want to serve this community. I don't have to have a title to do it.
And none of us do, right?
Right. I want to use my ideas. It's going to help my city be better. It's going to help you. I don't care what color you are, what race you are. None of that matters to me. I care about if you're okay or not. If your business is thriving, and can you put food on the table, for your family. I want you to have a great city with great amenities and a fun city.
Yeah.
We're kind of boring right now. It's not a whole lot to do, which I think really has a lot to do with some of our crime. People have nothing to do. So there's so many different things that comes from bringing economic development to our city.
Yeah. Yeah. And you said what was the other, you had the music festival?
Music festival, and then the food the food, and we would throw wine in there, of course, because we have some of the best wine.
Out there.
Yeah, and so they do the Uncorked event here in Lubbock. It's like where people come, all of the wine vendors come, and people come around and try all their wines and all this stuff. It's a great event, and I'm just talking about doing that on a much grander scale, because and adding that to the food, because people like our barbecue.
Oh yeah,
and they want our street tacos, and they want, there's a lot of room for us. Those vendors, those food trucks, those people who are working their butts off get an opportunity to make some bank. And that's what we want for them. That's what they deserve, because they work hard. I know those food truck people. They work hard.
Yeah, I know a few of them. Shout out to them.
They work real hard, man. Shout out to the food truck people, man. I love you. And we're going to try to get you some income, and then hopefully create an environment where that's normal, where that's normal that they get to make money.
We all love food. Shout out to Hyman barbecue. So right off the bat, the only one I could think of. But the other one, the tech, what was this? You talking about the tech one?
Innovative Tech.
Wait, what is this?
So we will work with Texas Tech in their technology program. The engineering program that we have at Texas Tech is world renowned.
Yeah.
One of the top engineering programs in the world. There's so many different things we can do. I got a degree in advertising. And then I double minored in creative media industries and business.
Nice.
And so I have a lot of connections with that. Technology is what we need. We are becoming more technical world. That's just where we're going. Like AI is coming, all these different things. It's coming whether we like it or not. And so we just want to make sure that we're giving the tech students the exposure that they need. And again, we just want the visitors to come, and we'll tax them at our hotels and our restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and that's how we bring in income and revenue. But we allow our school, our beloved Texas Tech to shine, and our city to shine.
It's a great school.
Yeah.
Shout out Tech.
Shout out to my Red Raiders out there.
So we kind of move along with innovation. We have to, right? We have to integrate with AI. Like, how do we do this without the AI data center? How do we prevent that damn thing from coming? Because it's scary.
Yeah, we can.
Nuclear?
Right now. Right now, I'm really worried a little bit with the council, the mayor, that they may allow. They came and they shot it down the first time. The council and the mayor shot it down the first time, but they came back. And
already,
and kind of like, hey, well, we got this other plan, and it'll be better, and they're talking dollars, and we are supposed to grow our tax base and bring in outside revenue, but all money ain't good money. That's going to take money from our aquifer. We're already it's already stressed as it is.
Yeah.
Our already stressed grid. We moved to ERCOT, I mean, I remember in the winter, I think it was 2022 or 2024, but they were turning off our electricity during the huge storm,
like 2021,
during the cold freeze, So I don't want my electricity going off and the data center is running.
Yeah.
That thing is only going to create like 30 jobs.
When it's all said and done,
right? So that's not equitable for us, and also that's going to be in East and North Lubbock. That's going to take up 935 acres. We need rooftops right there. We need development. We need to put restaurants and hotels by the airport. That's what we need to be doing. And so I see a vision for that. Because that data center would be in Northeast Lubbock.
That's where it's going to be at.
Yes.
Why aren't there hotels?
It's not going to be there, but that's what they want. It.
Yeah. Why aren't there restaurants and hotels in that area?
People who own the land.
They don't want to get rid of it.
Right. And so the city has to make a really.
That's crazy. I never thought of like development right there.
Right. We're the only city I've ever seen with an airport with nothing around it.
Nothing.
No hotels, no nothing.
Wow, I didn't think about that.
So we need to take advantage of that. That's the old school way of doing things. Lubbock, we're so behind and so many things. You know, I love my city though. Don't get me wrong. I'm not leaving here, but we can be more innovative. I think tech students leave here. These business owners who graduate, they go and open businesses in Dallas and Houston and Austin and all these places. These are really smart people.
It's crazy. You find out like creators of giving people Yeti.
Yeah.
He went to tech.
I was
like, oh shit.
I'm like, man, you know, we missed out.
Yeah.
We missed out.
Oh, you hear that and you're like, damn.
Yeah.
Because they go back over there.
They go back over there because we don't, there's really nothing for them to do. They're young. The city's not vibrant, which is one reason why I do support us getting downtown together and making sure that it's a live scene.
How do we do this?
That's going to take a lot of private investors and some city help, but we're going to have to incentivize the people who bring their businesses down there because we don't have parking.
Oh yeah,
you know, and so everything is moving out southwest. And so people are wanting to open up their businesses or their bars or their restaurants out southwest where the growth is, which I get it, you know, I mean, it makes sense. But I'm a Lubbock native, and I had fun in the Depot District when I was growing up, you know?
Yeah.
And I went to Blue Light, and I went to Kong's, and I went to
I was just there
Shooters, and, you know, I went to all of those places, you know, and I had a lot of fun. And it was vibrant, you know. Big E's, big shout out to Big E's.
Yeah, shout out for real.
For real. His son is doing a great job. But we need to bring that back. We need to bring that community back and get it back going. There are some business owners that will do it. We just have to give them, like I said, we have to incentivize them. You know, give them some tax breaks, you know, help them out, you know, for the first year or two or something like that. I'm just being hypothetical. But we gotta give them some love, you know, and that'll help. But we need the investors and the developers to come down and do some things.
I once heard a guy a couple years ago say, he was an older gentleman, say that Lubbock right now is what Austin was in the 80s.
That's true.
And you think it's gonna get bigger?
I think that's what we're fighting against. We don't want to be Austin. We don't want to be all those people, but we do want to be a fun city.
Yeah.
But we don't want to be all crazy. This is a Christian city,
man.
Well,
I don't mean like, you know, but I mean like it's a live music capital of the world.
Yeah, right.
They got a sports team, stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's coming.
But so that's why people kind of oppose it, you think, is because of the Christian values backing Lubbock?
Right.
Okay.
Right. That's who has the money.
Yeah. And they're the ones that vote.
Right. And they're the ones who go to the polls.
Mm-hmm.
That is a really touchy subject right there, because the change that we really want to see, if we really want to see that change, they got to show up to the polls. If you want somebody younger to help us get going and get moving and out of the old timey way, things that we do, you got to elect somebody like me to get that done. You know, I'm not going to change our fabric, but I'm definitely going to upgrade how we operate and make it suitable for business people to come here. They'll be like, man, I'm going to go open my business up in Lubbock. That mayor and council, they're awesome, man. They want to see me. They want to see me rise. They want to see me thrive and do well, you know. And so we want people to have that attitude about Lubbock. So I have to, when I get elected, I'm going to make sure I go out and promote us to the rest of the world. That's what we're not doing. We're not doing that. And
kind of on purpose?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Now that you say it.
But we're steady going into debt.
That's crazy.
So
yeah.
What are we going to do here? I'd rather get us out of debt. I don't want my kids to have the debt that we have right now, although it's going to happen. But their kids could absolutely be in a place where it's not so bad. We got almost $2 billion worth of debt, you know, so we got a lot of debt.
Damn.
So, and part of that was the water. That was a huge deal, man. I'm happy about that water, you know, and we have to protect it.
Yeah.
So not all bad debt, but for the amount of debt that we have, we don't have a lot to show for it.
Yeah.
You know, think about it.
In certain parts of the town, right?
Right, exactly. That's another thing. That's another thing, you know, that we gotta work on. Just being fair. I think there's some conservative colleagues of mine and people who have probably kind of are maybe a little frustrated with me because I refuse to overlook East and North Lubbock. They've been lied to for so long, and just I want to see them thrive too,
Yeah, for sure.
And that matters to me, not just because I'm a Black guy. It matters because the whole city is Lubbock. There's 4 corners to us, and Central and downtown. So everybody matters to me. So it's not a race thing. It's not race baiting. It's like, let's be honest. Let's be fair,
And it's really interesting too. It's like there's still culture there.
Right.
That needs to be preserved.
Right. And I think that there's a generation now that is starting to see that the potential. And those parts of town have to learn how to do some things on their own as well. And so we've been working through a plan with East Lubbock and hopefully with North Lubbock, I'll be able to do it too. But being able to franchise in those restaurants that they really want, through trust funds and different revenue avenues for us. So they'll basically what will happen is we'll get a trust, we'll get it funded, and then we'll pay for a franchise restaurant to come in after the community has voted, surveys that went out, and then we'll build that one up, get it going once it's self-sufficient, and it's making money and revenue and profit. We'll start saving that profit. We'll open up another one. Eventually we'll have a community full of really good restaurants and hopefully a really nice Market Street or HEB, go east.
There you go.
I'm just saying, but
so you spend a lot of time working with East Lubbock?
Well, I mean that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
But right now my focus is the entire city.
Because I was wondering,
there's issues all over.
The whole freaking
yeah, man.
Like you said, everywhere. We're all in debt.
Right. Yeah. Everybody's in debt. My job is really to figure out how to work with each person that's in their district, each council person on this grand plan that we have to operate better, keep taxes down, see people thrive, and so they have their own missions, but I'm just the one that's helping guide the idea of getting us to a place where we're prosperous.
Gotcha. Yeah, one of the things I've noticed when I was paying attention, again, just to the last few races is the number. I think they had a bit of an increase of registered voters when I was paying attention to it. Not much, but they did. But then how many people actually vote?
Right.
Less than 10% of the population.
Right.
And we can all guess which the majority of who's voting.
Right.
Why the city stays the way it is.
Right. They've been making the decisions for this city for a long time.
Yeah.
And if the people really, really want change, just go vote.
It's really simple.
It's simple, man.
It's simple to register. It's simple to vote.
They're registered.
Okay, well,
they're registered.
That's even worse.
We got over 165,000 people registered.
I did not know
vote.
That was a number.
Yes.
No, that's even worse.
Yeah.
In a way.
And we get 30,000 people to show up.
Yeah.
So we're not getting a real sample data of the people in the city and their voices being heard. That's why I'm spending time with some of those communities that don't normally vote, because I'm like, if you really want to see change, you got to do your part. You got to show up to the polls, And so that's not a knock against the people in Southwest Lubbock or, wherever everybody else. They show up to vote.
Yeah. I learned that.
And so we have to keep it real when it comes to that, get the vote out.
Well, why do you think people aren't voting?
A lot of people feel disenfranchised and feel like their voices don't matter. Okay. That's been a ongoing thing in the Hispanic and the Black community for many, many, many years.
Can't fault it, historically speaking.
Right. Yeah. So it didn't just start happening.
Yeah.
It's been this way for a long time, but I think that's why I'm here, to help people see that, maybe it would be worth it for me to go vote the first time for this guy, who's not going to leave just because if he doesn't win. He's going to still be advocating for my community. I'm still going to be advocating for the entire city of Lubbock on the issues, just calling out the good old boys. I'll just be honest. The good old boy system is what we fight here in Lubbock. They show up to the polls.
I've heard a lot about that, both from the left and the right.
Right. They show up to the polls.
Yeah.
But there are some men who are about 25 that run this city, whether they elected or not. But it's just because the elected officials fall prey and sell out to those guys. I'm not selling out.
And I think a lot of my generation younger pay attention to things like that.
Yeah.
Like where's the money? Who's paying?
Right. If you go look at the finance reports that just came
out.
You
can, right?
Yeah, you can. Public data. Man, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. I don't take any money from anybody except for normal citizens. I think I had a whopping $451 or something like that. And I think my biggest opponent had like $69,000 or something in his pot. I pay for my own campaigns. Everything I do, all those signs you see around town,
nice.
Of mine, that's out of my pocket. Me and my wife, and so I got a family. I got 5 kids and a wife. So we manage our money well, and we make sure that we're doing it.
Sorry about these bugs, man.
We're doing it for the right reason.
Yeah.
And so I love investing in my community. This is the best investment I could ever make, is to run for an office. I'm the first African-American man to run for mayor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. I'm the first one to ever run for mayor here in Lubbock. And so I expect it to be a fight. I don't get mad when people are like trying to debunk my plans or saying this or saying that about me. I get it. They don't know me. They're learning me. So I've been on the ballot every 2 years since 2018. Just working it. And I think I'm really finally at a point where I actually really know what's going on with the city. I know the issues for every community.
I know another big issue people talk about is the stray dog issue.
Right.
You got a plan for that?
Yes. So what we have to do, and shout out to Lubbock Animal Service. I met with them just now. That's where I just came from.
Oh, really?
At the co-op church, and they came and did a presentation, and they work really hard. They're trying to show up and make sure they get these animals, and when people call in, hey, there's a vicious dog here. The problem with everything is that when they show up to come and get an aggressive dog, the dog is gone. Dogs don't generally bite somebody and then just sit there and wait.
Yeah.
This the first case I've ever seen of that was just the other day, where the dogs attacked the lady, and when the animal shelter showed up, they were still there.
Oh.
The animals were still there, just chilling though, not barking, not So that's one thing that we have to do. But the problem is we need to shut the faucet off. When I say shut the faucet off, we got to stop these animals from breeding. So the spay and neuter program has got to get out to the city at a very affordable price, because some people can't afford that. I know that certain vets, the spay and neuter can get up to $800, for the female.
Yeah, I should have had this company in my head, because we have like 4 cats. They're pretty affordable. They came. Well, you got to bring it to them, but we got 4 cats spayed and neutered, pretty cheaply.
Right.
I can't remember who it was.
And the city's got companies that they work with.
Okay.
Right now, and then the pets market is going to do 40 extra in this next cycle that's coming up. So there was some grants given out by the state of Texas to help with spay and neuter. So that's going to help a little bit, but we've got to get more stricter on our regulations, and people need to take responsibility. Keep your dog on a leash. We're a leash community. Your dog is supposed to be on a leash. Even your cat's supposed to be on a leash. Those are the rules.
Legally?
Yeah, legally. That's a law. But sometimes people don't know about that. And so I think the most important thing we can do is educate people about what we're dealing with when it comes to animals and the overpopulation of animals. And then we need more shelter employees. We need people that can the animal officers that drive those trucks. We need more of those people. Right now, the city is on a freeze for certain positions, but the shelter has never really got a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? And so we just need to do better about that. And it's a really important issue. I know 2 different ladies who've been attacked in the last week or last 2 weeks by pit bulls, older ladies. One lady, she's got like a couple of more surgeries she's got to go through. Elderly ladies.
Oh, wow.
And, almost 80 years old. If she's not 80, I think she might, Miss Daly, I think she was like 80. She's in her 80s. So this could be really detrimental, like this could be fatal.
They have been fatal, right? A couple times, I think.
Well, in the recent times since we've actually really started having this problem, we haven't had a whole lot of fatalities, but we've had some really bad accidents where people are really being mauled that could die.
Yeah.
So we have to take it serious. We have a fence program that the shelter runs, and right now it's backed up 2 years. People, that's how long the waiting list is. So if you get an animal, you just got to be a more responsible pet owner. Just being real, and we have fines. We have millions of dollars worth of fines piled up that the city hasn't acted on. So people get a fine and they don't pay it. So we have to do something as leaders in the community. We have to enforce that. We can't really take anybody to jail for it, but we need to enforce the laws that we have. And I'm just begging the community, if you're listening to me and you see this, man, take care of your animal.
Yeah.
Take care of your animal and do it for the old lady that you don't know that's going to be walking around the block, that could be attacked or knocked down or hit her head on the ground from falling or whatever the situation is. We just need to be more mindful as citizens about that, because I think it's everybody's right to have a pet and do, I'm all about it, but we don't want people to be hurt and mauled. So.
For sure. I know we were just talking about that, but do you feel like all things considered, Lubbock's a safe city?
Well, we got a D rating.
We did.
Yeah, we got a D rating. While we did solve all the murders that happened, we caught all the people, we still got murders happening. People are still being mauled, and so we got a D rating. We got a lot of work we got to do. I think Chief is a great police chief. I think he's great, and so I don't think we need to get rid of him or anything like that. But we need to do better. We need to do better. One of the issues that we're dealing with is that we don't have enough police on the force right now. So we got about 454 police on the force, and they respond to about 400,000 calls annually. So they're stretched really thin.
Yeah.
They're stretched really thin.
Cops seem to have a bad rap right now. How do we get more people to join the force?
Right. We have to make this, like I said, that starts with the leadership.
Okay.
We have to make people feel like, man, this mayor is going to look out for me. He's going to take care of me. That he's not going to let people mistreat me, et cetera. And then we're not going to let them mistreat people.
Yeah, we can't let that.
We can't let that happen. I'm not going to let police harass people and stuff like that. So I'm well aware that it's a two-coin deal. But when you get in trouble and somebody's trying to rob your house or trying to shoot you, who are you going to call? You're going to call the police. Now, we do live in Texas, and you have the right to protect your home. And so you can carry a weapon, and if you have to use it, you have to use it. But generally, people call the police. And I'm knocking on doors right now, going door to door, and people are saying that their homes are being vandalized or their vehicles are being vandalized, and they're, lots of theft, stuff like that, breaking into cars and breaking into people's houses, et cetera. So we need to make sure we get our response time down. The only way to do that is to have more police officers. And we're also dealing with the brain drain, where people come in, they use our academy, and then they take off.
Really?
To the big city, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Right.
Damn.
We're thinking that they're going to be with us, and they go through the process, and then they leave us out of nowhere, So that's what I call the brain drain.
Holy, I didn't even, wow.
Yeah, so that's one of the things. That's why, we gotta push our academy, and then we have to have competitive pay rates. People are like, you don't need to pay them more money, but man, if we're gonna have good police officers, we gotta pay them well, because they're just gonna go to another city for more money.
And paying them is from the budget,
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. Yeah,
that's one of the biggest parts of our budget.
You think it should be?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The very biggest part of our budget, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Because we have to have a safe city. I want you to be able to feel comfortable in your neighborhood. Nobody should be living in fear. That's no way to live. That's no way to live. Because I know when I'm scared, when something scares me, I'm on high alert, and I'm not happy.
Yeah.
And so nobody should be living like that, in constant fear that they may be attacked by a dog, or somebody's going to break into their house, or they're going to get stabbed, they're going to get shot, etc. Nobody should be feeling like that on a regular basis.
Do you think a lot of the issues we see from people doing these things is mental health issues?
Absolutely.
And because the other day I came home from the blue light, and somebody was like trying to just open my car door. He didn't seem dangerous, but he seemed like he was messed up in the head. Like I didn't get scared. I was just like, hey, and he ran away.
Right.
And I see a lot of them coming in and out of here.
Right.
Because there's a certain house down the street. I know where they go, but
right.
I think it is like, is that an issue here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And mental health is something that a lot of people don't like to talk about.
Yeah.
But it is a major contributor to our homeless community, and why we have people that are homeless, because it's just hard for them to cope in life, and those coping skills are what you need to be able to work a job and, hold a job down and, be able to have money and the things that you need, So the good thing about, I don't like everything that Governor Abbott does, but he's bringing the mental facility here to Lubbock. So we'll be able to get people some help and get them taken care of. That's one of my main things. I want to see people thrive. I want to see people do well. I have a few people that I know from our years of doing homeless outreach ministry that have gotten off the streets and doing good now.
Nice. Yeah.
Stuff like that. Those recovery stories are the ones that make all of this work. That's why I run. Like you asked me, why do you run for mayor? Why did you run? Those stories, that stuff, I keep that near and dear to my heart. I'm like, people can do great.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people just need an extra push. They just need a little bit of love. Say, hey man, you can make
most
it.
People.
Right. You can make it. You're gonna be okay. It's not over. It's not the end of the road for you. Yeah, I know that's tough right now, but guess what? You're going to make it. And that's what people need to hear. I needed to hear that as a young man. I didn't have a dad. My dad I don't know where my dad was, but my mom did her very best. But it wasn't until I went to high school and I heard my football coach, Coach Morton at the time, he really instilled that in me, that I could be better than what I am, than what I was at the time, and it really inspired me, because, it's weird because I can hear the same message from two different people and it may not click the same way, And so I want us to have leadership. I don't want to be the only one like that on our mayor and council, I want us to have council people like that as well, where we can inspire our community.
Oh, somebody said it. I don't remember who I had on here. They were running. You shouldn't be scared of the person that's running.
Right.
You shouldn't be scared of your councilmen, judges, any justice of peace, the mayor.
Right. I give my number out. Everybody has my phone number,
Yeah.
Because I want you to be able to call me or text me and say, hey, Mr. Sanders, this is how I'm feeling.
I've had a few like people running for office, and that is like a test for me. Like, do they give me their number?
Yeah.
That's actually really important to me.
All of my door hangers that I put out, my number is on there.
There you go.
And people use it.
Yeah.
I'm at dinner a lot of times, and I'm like getting calls and text messages and stuff like that, and it matters to me what they're saying. So this calling is not for everybody. Everybody shouldn't be a mayor or a city council person or something like that unless you got that kind of heart to be available. The accountability aspect of it, I want people to reach out to me, and I want to answer them and say, hey, I got it. I'll take care of it. I'm on it.
Now, the mayor, he takes care of the county?
No,
just the city?
The city, yeah. Okay. Yeah, he works with the city, and he basically just kind of guides the council. He does have a vote, but we're trying to guide the council. If you look at Mark McBrayer, our taxes went up because the council voted against him generally on just about everything because he's not guiding them and helping them see the value in keeping the taxes low. You see what I'm saying? So people who are misinformed or don't have information are going to vote just like that, misinformed, So we want to make sure that we inform everybody and we inspire everybody.
Yep. And you're Christian?
Yes.
That's very important to you?
Very, very important to me. But I also understand that everybody's not like me. Everybody don't believe what I believe.
I just wanted specifically. Yeah. I mean, that's important to me, and I get you. Like, it's not for everybody, but
right. Well, it is, but it's not. You know? I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want everybody to have a great life, but I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe Jesus died on the cross for my sins, and he rose on the third day. I believe that, and I believe that the reason that I'm even sitting right here right now with you as the first African American to run for mayor in Lubbock is because of my work in the church. Remember, I told you I was working in the youth department, and I was out there serving food to the homeless, and I was like, man, maybe I should run for mayor, And God put that on my heart, and so I took action on it. And the more I've gotten into it, the deeper I get into it, I'm like, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. The harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few,
Yeah.
So we need more young people like you and me and whoever's out there to find your niche in your community and start working in that area. It's not about getting paid. This is an unpaid job. The mayor makes $75 a month. So there's two reasons why people would run for mayor: to take advantage of the zoning and do some corrupted deals, or to take care of the people and just serve them. So I treat the city kind of like Jesus treated Peter. Jesus like, I gotta wash your feet, and Peter was like, no, Lord, you can't wash my feet. I can't let you do that. And he's like, well, you can't roll with me then if I can't wash your feet.
Yeah.
So I just want to serve my city in that capacity, and them know that, man, I got an awesome mayor down there who actually really cares about me. He doesn't have an alternative motive, some alternative agenda that he's trying to push on people. He just wants to make sure that the taxes are taken care of and every penny is accounted for, and that he's inspiring our community to be the best community we can be.
If you don't mind me asking, you said your conservative counterpart. Like, what are you?
I'm conservative Christian.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're running as a Democrat? Or no? I thought you were.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I really thought I was like, he's a Democrat.
No.
I'm sorry. I was just like,
I just love everybody.
I'm just asking.
And you know what? I want it to be to where people who are on the Democratic side will still come to me.
I think that's what I was trying to, like, that's the most important thing is like,
right.
We got to come together, man.
We got to come together. So if you noticed in this campaign, I really stepped away from party lines.
Okay.
And I've been really talking about that. And I probably lost some votes on the conservative side because I'm not, bashing people, based on what they may think or feel, believe, whatever. I'm just looking at you as a person.
Yeah, I really respect that because
as a human, man, I don't care who you vote for in the booth. I'm more worried about how you living. Am I a cause to your taxes or your money coming out of your wallet the wrong way? Or am I helping you in that sense? Who you sleep with, who you eat with, what you do on your spare time is none of my business.
As long as they're consenting adults.
Right. I'm not gay, but I have friends who are.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying? They know I'm not. They know I don't believe in abortion. But that don't mean you can't. And I can hear you out. I understand that a woman feels like she should it's her right to do whatever she want to do with her body. I get it. Yes, I get it. But according to the Bible, abortion is wrong. And so I vote based on my convictions. But that don't mean that I'm going to shove that down your throat and treat you some kind of way or treat you, halfway because you don't believe exactly what I believe. That's a crappy leader.
Yeah, right.
That's an emotional leader. We need somebody that's sound-minded, who can see both sides of the road, and really, honestly, just look at the issues. Make the best decision for the issues that we face as a city. I'm not running to be a national politician, so none of that really.
Strictly Lubbock, huh?
Right. Yeah. I'm just worried about you and him and us. And, I just want us to be okay here in the 806, in the hub. That's what I'm worried about. So I don't let the outside and the national politics get to me. I don't care what people say. Because at the end of the day, I just want to take care of them.
Yeah, it's just nice to hear that because I've heard, I've had other people running and I've listened, and just when they attack other people, I'm like, you lose me.
Right.
You start, whatever, you can name the issue, they start attacking, and I'm like, I can't get behind that.
Right.
Yeah, I get you.
People want somebody that can relate to them, whether they believe what they're saying or not. I can reason and not lower my standards for myself. I can listen. And a lot of times, the more I listen, the better I am as a human. I've learned that since I've been in my late 30s up until now. I'm 43. I'm going to be 43 this year. Listening is my biggest asset. That's one of my strongest assets that I have as a leader. I can hear. You can say something and talk to me, and I can stop and listen to you and not respond and just hear you out before I interject my thoughts on you.
How does one learn this skill? Seems like a useful life skill.
Man, it's wonderful. But, I hate I learned it so late. I'm like, that's the way it is.
Because it just comes with more age and wisdom.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like the more gray hairs I get in this thing down here, it's like the better I listen, But I really do care. I care enough to listen to everybody.
That's important.
Everybody has a voice. And that's why people don't come and vote. Because they feel like, he ain't listening to me. He ain't gonna think about me when he's creating legislation. He's not gonna think about me whenever he's trying to come up with different things for the city. He don't care what I think. My vote don't matter. My vote don't count. Your vote does count. Mm-hmm. Your voice does matter. And if you want to talk to me, reach out to me. My phone number is 806-470-8306. I'm going to say it again. 806-470-8306. Shoot me a text. Say, hey, Mr. Sanders, I want to talk. And we'll schedule a time to talk. And I'll get with you. If you hit my social media, sometimes I get to stuff late, but I mean, it's because I'm, I got a whole operation that I'm running, but I get back to every single person, every single one.
You called me right away when I texted you.
Yeah, I'm like, man, let's do it. I just got to find some time on the calendar.
Busy man.
Yeah.
How important do you think things like this are becoming in?
This is the new. This is the new information hub. Like, because we get to sit down. This is way more personal, and I can really, just break down issues with you one by one.
Mm-hmm.
And people want to see me in a more relaxed mode, not acting like a politician. They want to hear what I really think, how I really feel, not some one-liner slogan,
Yeah.
We got to keep the taxes low, know. I mean, we know that.
Yeah.
We know that. But what kind of person are you when the camera is off and the tape ain't rolling? What kind of man are you at home? Can you really, are you really walking the walk?
You done other podcasts on this?
I haven't. Yes, I did. I did the 806 Connect.
Yeah, I figured you did that one.
Yeah, I did that one with him. That was great. Robert's it was good. Robert Jenkins. It was good, man. I enjoyed that a lot. But this is even better because it's just like, much just straight up, you know, and you asking me the questions that you feel. A lot of people don't want it. They don't want that. They want it to be controlled.
Yeah.
Tell me what you're going to ask me in advance, so I can prep these answers up. And I hate that.
I hate prepping questions. I'll be honest.
I'm like, man, let's just sit down. Let's talk it out. And by the time we get done talking it out, the podcast is over.
Yeah.
But we got some good information out to the people.
Yeah, and they can really feel you after about an hour and a half.
Right.
Really get a sense of you.
Right.
I like it. Yeah, it's fun.
Dude, I was speeding over here, so
it's no problem. I was just sitting here watching stuff on my phone. It's okay. What do you have you even had any time to relax recently? Like, where you just been going?
No, yeah. I never stopped campaigning after the last race.
So you just been going.
I've been going and going and going.
How do you keep the mental clear?
Because I'm sober minded all the time.
Okay. That helps.
And then my kids are watching me. My community is dependent on me.
Well, it has to be stressful. Sometimes. So how do you relieve that?
Once I leave here, I'm gonna go home and see my wife and kids.
There you go. Huh? So you need.
And my girls run up to me, Daddy. Oh my God! I'm so happy. They're happy to see me, and my sons. So that is really what keeps me going. They're proud of me.
If I have to cut this part out, I will. You have a son. He's like in high school?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Riley.
Because my sister, I guess, used to date her friend used to date him. Because I was telling her about you coming on. She was like, Riley? And I'm like, I don't know his son's name. And I guess he used to have a girlfriend that's her friend. Yeah. That's why I was thinking about it.
No. Shout out to him. He hadn't had a lot of girlfriends,
Oh, maybe I just exposed him.
No. He hasn't had a lot of girlfriends just because we focus more on.
Yeah, you got to stay away from girls.
School and stuff like that. He can date, I mean, he needs to date. He needs to, but I mean, like, we're going to treat people right. We're going to do the right thing. He already knows, like, if I catch wind or, shady stuff, then we're going to have a problem, But he's a really good guy, though. He's a really good guy. Super humble, super patient, super honest. Nice. And so I like that about him. And so he's kind of going through all of that right now.
Yeah, so family's pretty important to you.
It is. It's my rock. Mm-hmm. I believe that my purpose was created for them, So they all I have and I'm all they have, And that's what, I just want to see them grow up and be 20 million times better than me. I tell my sons, there's only one man in your life that wants to see you do better than him. That's me. And my son was like, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Dad, I get it. I said, because you know how men are. We're competitive.
Yeah.
You know, that's who we are, especially if we don't know you. You know, but I tell my sons, I'm the only man you're gonna know for the rest of your life that wants to see you do better than me.
There you go.
Yeah.
How old are they? Your kids?
So I have a 17-year-old. Riley's about to turn 16. I have a 14-year-old. I have a 10-year-old, and I have a 9-year-old.
Busy.
Yeah, man.
Done.
Oh yeah. We out the game. Trophy.
Yeah.
On the wall, like, yeah. But I mean, if that were to happen, then hey, it's all good. I'm gonna be the best dad because I know I got all the experience now, you know. So I'm cool with whatever.
My friend, he had 5 kids. He just had his 6th. He was like, I'm done, and then he was like, yeah, well, she's pregnant again. This is our 6th one. I'm like, yeah, that's a lot.
Well, you know, they keep you young, man. Yeah. They keep you young, and they give me purpose. They're asking me about the campaign all the time, and they're wanting to do things that I'm doing, and they're understanding what it is to serve the community when generally the community is not really giving you anything back. You're just serving. You know, that's true fulfillment. Every man should do it. You know, not necessarily run for office, but serve someone that can't do anything back for you. I learned this lesson when I was in high school. My brother broke his neck playing high school football when I was 7, and he became a quadriplegic, paralyzed from the neck down. And it was really hard, you know, because we had to do everything for him. He ended up in the hospital, first time 36 months, second time 26 months. And finally, when he got out of the hospital, the helmet company settled with him, and he bought a house on 81st out by Tinseltown. This is before anything was really out there. And he called me one day and was like, hey, you want to come live with me and just take care of me? And I was like, yeah, I mean, sure, you know. So I went and lived with him, took care of him, and it really taught me a lot of humility, you know, because I had to get everything for him, do everything for him, get him up, get him dressed, feed him, give him his pills, the whole thing, the whole nine. So it really taught me a lot of humility. A lot of people don't know that. I mean, people they know my brother. He passed away not too long ago. And so that was tough on me. That was my best friend. I could always call him. He would answer the phone because he wasn't up doing nothing, you know? He had a headset that he could turn on, and he always answered the phone for me every single time throughout my whole time through the political process. So now I don't have that. And so I'm really leaning into Christ more, you know, and being, you know, just kind of taking things to God more, being a lot more, uh, you know, self-dependent. I depend on my wife and my kids too, you know, but for the most part, just kind of dealing with life head on and just facing it. And I can always hear what he would say to me. And it doesn't matter what situation it is. I know how he would respond, you know. And so I'm living on that, and it's been great. I know he's happy, man. I know he's proud of me. And so that's kind of how I got to this whole humility thing in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. The older I get, the more I'm like, going back to Christ.
Yep.
Just inevitably that way.
And you stray. You're going to stray. We all stray away a little bit.
I did a little bit.
We all fall off the boat, but you got to get back on the boat. You know, when I stopped drinking and doing drugs, though, that was it, you know, because I was like, you know, I can't serve my community and look them in the eye with an honest heart if I'm still messing around out partying and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And I just wanted to be real. I wanted to be the realest candidate that people ever been around. Maybe I don't talk the best and everything like that, but my heart is the best.
Yeah, I think that's another thing people are looking for is realness.
Yeah,
authenticity,
man.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm real. I don't, you know, I don't want to be like another politician or anything like that. I dress my own style. I do my own thing, you know. I don't even know what style that is. I just try to look nice and presentable for the people all the time.
You wear like something like that all the time?
Every day.
Oh, nice.
Every day.
That's a lot of work too.
Yeah, but you get used to it after a while.
Repetition.
It's like, man, I don't ever want people to see. Even when I go to the grocery store or like to the convenience store, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, man, and if I got because I wear a lot of tech stuff, I got a hoodie on and some sweats. I'm skeptical. I'm like, man, I don't want somebody to see me and be like, "Are you Sanders?" And I'm in the hoodie, But people need to see me relaxed. I'm still the same guy. I'm gonna talk you to death about politics if you talk to me. Like I'm still a great guy. I just really like to make sure that I'm presenting the best version of me to people, so that they know that I actually really do care. I really do care about how I present myself to the public.
So would you recommend to any like young person to get into politics, or is that something they got to really, weigh on their heart?
Yeah. Everybody who gets into politics, I feel like it's a calling.
Is it?
Yeah, I feel like it's a calling. But
well, I'd hope so, unless you're trying to make money somehow, some way.
Which is what we don't want those kind of people.
We don't. But
no, please, no.
Yeah.
No, just do it for the people, man.
Yeah, man.
And it's so much more fulfilling. Like, I don't have to worry about a finance report and about people saying stuff about
sad.
me doing that.
In my head, it's sad that I believe somebody would want to just do it for money more than to help people.
Right. But that's what people have conditioned you to feel.
Yeah, I got to get out of that.
It's for, good reason. It's for good reason. And so I don't get mad at people. Some people, like some of my colleagues in East Lubbock, they don't trust me because they don't trust politicians, period. And they never had a person of color do the things that I do. So they're like, well, it must be some kind of ulterior motive,
really?
And there really is not. This is it. This is it.
I hope so. Don't break my heart.
Right. No, for real, man. I got so much. I always tell people, if God allows me, which I believe he will at some point, to be elected and give me that leadership, the trouble is double when you do the people bad, when God elevates you like that. So all of these politicians who think that they're going to get away with the things that they're doing and how they're treating people and just not caring, it's coming back to you. You may get away with it, but it's going to come back on you double.
Yeah.
So I always tell people that I'm aware of that. I'm not trying to set myself up for nothing bad here later on in my life. I want to just, live a life and be happy. Once I walk away from this in the sunset, I'll be able to go to my grave saying, you know what, I did my best.
Are you familiar with so you're the first African-American to run?
For mayor.
For mayor. So we haven't had one.
No.
Any Latinos? Are you familiar?
No.
Women?
We have had a woman.
White woman.
Cindy Whitten.
That's it, though.
Yeah.
I would just love to see you win, just to see something different, change.
Right. And do a good job. Yeah. You think I'm going to be the first one and not do a good job?
Well,
I got to set
any mayor we want.
Set the bar really high. And I always tell people that the way I'm going to operate will teach the people how to vote for a mayor. So if you don't have those qualities and those characteristics that you've seen in me, then, be careful, be leery.
That's a lot of pressure, dude.
But hey, when God puts it on you, it ain't no big deal.
True.
Ain't no big deal. It ain't no sweat off my back. I'm going to do what I say. All of my plans are out there on the internet. You can look it all up. It's easy to read. I just want people to realize what they're dealing with. And, I don't have all the answers. But I know a lot of people that are really, 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 really smart. And the best leaders in the world are the dumbest people in the room when it comes to their cabinet, because they got all the smartest people in all of those areas.
And you'd get to pick all those people?
Generally I would, I can't pick the council, that's, you have to vote that, but the people that I would have around me are going to be really, really, really intelligent people who have been supporting me already, and it just takes time,
Do you feel greatly supported? Have you?
Huh?
Have you felt like great support?
This time has been a little different. I feel way more support than I ever have.
That's good.
Big shout out to Lubbock. Big shout out to the people, man. Like, I'm feeling the love. And it's been some hard days. I have people attacking me still. Don't get it twisted.
It's gonna happen.
They come. But they don't bother me. Like they used to when I was first getting into this stuff. I'd be going off on the internet, trying to tell people their business.
You'd fire back, huh?
Yeah, I would fire back.
Oh shit!
Now I'm like, nah,
it's too much, man.
Yeah, I'm focused on building the plan.
Heck yeah.
So it's in retrospect, I'm like, jeez.
Do you get any special treatment at Tech if you win?
Doubt it. I doubt it.
You don't get any like
they still send me. They like come do your doctorate here.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. But you have no jurisdiction over there. That's what I learned recently.
Yeah, no.
It's its own thing.
It is its own thing. But the thing that we are going to do is create the Silicon Prairie. Keep those students here.
Silicon Prairie.
Yeah. And we're gonna get some of them to open up businesses in East Lubbock and in North Lubbock and go and, because they understand that demographic much better than, say people in Southwest Lubbock,
What's one business you want to see here?
That I want to see here?
Mm.
Man, I want to see a youth complex.
Oh, okay.
For sports, for youth sports. Yeah. I'm talking like massive.
Like the ones they would have in the bigger cities.
Right. Millions of dollars type of, where you got multiple courts, volleyball, pickleball, softball, football, of course, one of those in the middle, like this would probably be like a $100 million like facility,
That'd be pretty cool.
It's going to happen.
Nice.
It's going to happen. It's just going to take some time. We got to start with the basics. We just got to learn how to live within our means first. And then all of these smart people, God is sending the right people. I'm telling you, they're going to come. They're going to come. And we just have to be ready. And people are going to invest in us like we've never been invested in before. Restaurant. Oh, that's a good question, man. I'm a really good eater. I eat very good. So I don't let food get me all hyped up. I'm like, my wife's like, how was that? I'm like, it was okay.
Really? Oh no.
I don't get too hyped up.
That's one of the most exciting things in my day.
I don't get too hyped up on the food. I love going to go work out. I would like for our fitness.
Something to promote that.
Right. We America is just generally, unhealthy right now. Yeah. We can do a lot better.
You gotta make this town walkable, man.
Right. We've been talking about that.
Yeah.
We've been talking about that. Certain areas is hard, but there's some areas where we can.
There is little pockets. Yeah. I respect it.
Yeah. There's areas where we can. We can't say, well, no, we just can't do that. That's what I try to tell them. You can't say no altogether on hardly any issue. Because there's pockets for a lot of different
Buc-ee's.
Things. Hey, that's what people say all the time.
Yeah. I asked McBrayer when he was on, so I had to ask you.
Yeah. People say that all the time, like we need to get a Buc-ee's. But I mean, I guess my ambition is to open a restaurant that you can get fried fish or, a salad or a steak or spaghetti or, just all the different things where families can congregate,
Getting like a community thing.
Yeah.
I got you.
Something like that. A plaza. Something.
So you don't get excited over food. That's crazy.
No, man, I don't. I do like Roadhouse though.
Roadhouse.
I like Roadhouse. I mean, I like the ribeye.
It's great.
The bone in.
I go there every year for my birthday.
It's not my life though. Like,
hey, I get it. It takes a lot of time.
Right. I get excited about this stuff.
Yeah.
I get excited about politics. I get excited about making my community better.
Hey, we all have everything.
Yeah.
So when you get elected, can you form a UFO task force? Because I think there's been some flying over Lubbock. I swear, I've seen them for like a year and a half.
Well, we gonna let you head that up.
Please let me on, man, because there's something flying over this damn town.
My buddy, he's got a pilot business and they fly all the time. And I tell him, I said, man, people are saying that they seeing like weird things out there. He was like, these drones.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
And all that stuff that people have now is like, and like the government, the national, so they can fly those things anywhere.
That's my conspiracy theory, is that they're testing soundless drones over Lubbock.
Yeah.
I think so.
And then the airport's right here. And, we got, there's a lot of reasons why they would. Yeah. We don't have a lot of trees.
I heard it's perfect to like test shit up here.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of trees and stuff like that. So it's easy to, get a good view and really look at the city. So it's flat. It really is. It really is.
So that's really your focus is community politics. You don't really like to listen to weird things, government, aliens, ghosts. I don't know, ancient civilization, none of that.
If it's interesting, yes. I like to learn.
Yeah.
For sure. But I'm a pretty extraordinary guy when it comes to learning different things.
Well, I would get to that. You get your family, community, and then your campaign. So when do you have time for this? I don't. After this, I'm probably gonna go watch something about that. You know,
right?
What I mean? I just got time.
When I get home, I'm gonna work on because I'm in seminary right now.
Nice,
and I'll be done with my master's theology
really?
Soon, and so I'm gonna go home and mess with that a little bit. And talk to my wife and chill. She likes to watch TV. She watches a lot of shows. The only show I ever watched that I really loved was Sons of Anarchy.
Okay, that's the one I haven't seen. So.
And I watched all of the Dexters too.
Dexter, okay.
So, but other than that,
nah,
that's it. I don't really watch TV.
Reading books.
Yes, I read a lot of books. Yeah, I read a lot of books. I read a lot of articles. On the internet, just trying to keep up with the trends and times, knowing what people are saying, whether I agree with it or not. You want to know what people are saying. So I do read a lot, which is a great pastime for me. I love to read.
Heck yeah, man. Maybe next time you come back on here, we can talk about theology.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's been crazy. Yeah. Because they're not just teaching me the Bible and about the Bible. They're teaching me what people will try to say about the Bible.
Yeah.
To be ready for that. So I've heard some things. So we'll talk about it.
The demons are going to attack you, brother.
That's all right.
You got Jesus in your heart.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I'm shielded, brother. So it's all good.
Again, best of luck. April 20th. Early voting?
Uh-huh.
And then
May 2nd.
May 2nd is the day to vote.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to see a spike in voting, please, people. I didn't know that many people were registered, so.
Yeah, that's over 165,000.
50,000 would be nice.
That would be great.
That would.
But. I would be really proud. I'm proud for the 30,000 though. Let me just keep it real. But I would like to see us do better. Because I want their voices to be heard. I want people's voices to be heard. That's who I am. I want your voice to be heard. If you vote, hey, then your voice is really being heard.
There you go, man. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, man.
I think you're genuine and I believe in you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Any final words to the people out there?
Go vote. Please go vote. It's important that you vote. There's 3 things we got to do. We got to balance the budget, and we got to make sure that we keep your taxes low. Of course, those cliche things. You got to make sure your community is safe, and then we got to make sure that we inspire you. I'm a leader that wants to inspire you and you inspire your kids. We can be better. But I feel like we have the opportunity to be the greatest city in the world. I believe that.
I believe it too. The people are there.
Yeah, I believe it.
Heck yeah, man. Thank you.
Yep.
We'll see you guys next time. God bless.